previously in Dragon's Maw. The Maulers rushed out to fight the fire geckos outside Ribcage, only to find that they'd suddenly turned back. They ended up taking a couple of Ribcage's townsfolk along to go after the cultists and solve the mystery of the refractor core. Along the way, they dealt with some robots by using zombies. But the zombies in the ground turned out to be cybernetically enhanced changelings somehow, which bothered Chica to no end. The Fire Gecko Cave itself wasn't a huge ordeal, but that was because a cornered cultist scout was facing the majority of the pack all by herself, her partner dead a ways into the cave. The Maulers rushed in and dealt with the situation, cleaning up the rest of the geckos. Chica observed that the Fire Gecko Cave had the shape of a changeling hive, but there was no evidence of anyone dying or being left behind there. The Fire Geckos had built a technological shrine around a dragonstone in the center of the cave, and the Maulers used the refractor core to channel through the stone. A beam shot out of the cave towards a point in the wasteland, and Flotsam's Pip-Buck gained a new map marker labeled Stable 998. The townsfolk went their own way, while the Maulers and the cultist scout, a unicorn mare named Amber who was on uneasy terms with the Maulers, made their way toward the map marker. The location was a small shack that turned out to be Golden Crown's wasteland hideout, complete with plush toys stuffed full of caps. The shack hid the entrance to the stable in the basement. The refractor core fit into the stable systems like a fuse, allowing the door to be powered on. Letting Aurelia do the honors since she was immune to the curse, the Maulers threw the switch open to the great door to Stable 998. And that is the recap of Session 39.
Before we enter, I have a few things I would like to say.
You are being drowned out by the great sound of the giant steel wheel pulling out and grinding open, slowly rotating off to the
noticeably is not paying attention to Javolt's attempt at saying things.
Javolt sort of clears his throat and glares at the door for interrupting him. Are you quite finished yet?
The door isn't finished opening yet.
How long does it take these doors to open?
Yeah, most of a minute.
So tempted to face step through the door. So tempted.
But it's there's enough of an opening to walk through long before the doors finish opening. It just, it keeps on rotating out to open up the giant doorway fully.
As Javolt is staring at the doorway and trying to speak, Powdercake's just gonna walk through it as soon as it's open enough.
Javolt is going to try to stop him and say, "Not yet."
Nope.
While those two fight, I
walking.
walk around them.
No, Powdercake doesn't even fight. He just
now
walks
just
through.
standing in the door and trying to...
Javolt, I'm guessing, fails to stop either of us. Unless he really wants to roll opposed athletics checks on which I get to roll twice and have a higher score.
Javolt, Javolt, I guess kind of stands in front of the doorway, just kind of holding his hooves up, saying, "Hey, wait," and they just kind of walk past you.
Hey, before this comes to blows, can Flotsam, bang her back hooves loudly on the door, I guess as it's still opening, and say, "Hey, shouldn't we maybe form some kind of game plan before just wandering in there unprepared? Maybe you should actually listen to Javolt for a change."
Powdercake keeps walking.
I sort of look up at Flotsam and I'm like, "You think he's gonna listen?" And then I just keep walking behind Powder.
Okay. Javolt follows these two and says, "You two need to listen.
Sorry, Javolt,
This is a
can't hear you
stable."
over the door.
The door has finished moving. You can hear him perfectly fine now.
I'm still saying that.
Closed door.
Oh.
I'm joking.
Now that you can all hear me, this is a stable. Stables were originally designed to study the effects on populations in long-term containment. That means this population was designed with a specific experiment in mind. The population of ponies and or changelings and or other sapient creatures in there does not have the morality of the outside world. That means no moralizing tempered steel.
Are you sure that's not just Are you sure that's not just a rumor? Because all I've heard is that there's supposed to be places to preserve individuals from disaster.
I don't know. All the stables I looted had some horrible shitty end, but most of the time it was just empty, full of dead corpses. So you know what? Let's just head in.
If there is a
I had
population
some of them
there,
as death traps, but some of them
if they
are.
are, listen, if they are still alive, they have the most likely reason this stable was formed would be a test of paranoia against changelings. No offense, Chica.
Yeah, that's
Chica gets a weird look on her face, but
Where are
just
you
kind of
coming to
shrugs.
that conclusion from?
because it
He's
used to be
making
a
This
thing.
is
shit up.
the Dragon's Maw. The only reason it would be here is to test some native element, and that's really either dragons or changelings. And, well, dragons wouldn't
I'm not
necessarily
seeing a
fit
reason
the
to
door.
believe that this theory of yours is any more sane or plausible than most of the theories you posit.
My
Yeah,
point
I'm just
being-
gonna explore. Let's, why don't we just head in and stick together? Sounds like a good plan. I think it's a good plan. Just stay together,
hey,
don't
can
split
I-
up, and see what's in.
No?
Yeah. I
Okay.
agree with Powder. Just keep all the melee fighters on the edge of the group so we can deal with problems, and everyone who's not, more
So you're going in,
ranged
you're
inside.
expecting a fight.
Well,
Right.
Pretty much.
duh, it's the wasteland.
Plus,
This is a
I mean,
stable. This is completely different than the
Yeah, but
wasteland.
That wouldn't
By
stop that
design.
being a fight.
It is
Wait,
You
is
said-
Token,
You
is
said
Token
yourself,
having audio
it could be
trouble?
an experiment for something going to shit, which means anyone in here could be insane. I'm prepping for a fight.
yep.
I
Or
think
they could be. Here's a
I-
theory. They could all be changelings, but think that changelingness is some sort of disease, so they're all hiding their changelingness from each other.
Chica just kind of.
At this
Puts
point,
a-
Powder Keg is just like, Javolt, why don't we just fucking see? And then he just walks in.
Can I roll perception on the room?
is something wrong? I mean,
As
is
soon
Token
as-
having audio problems? Because he's saying, like, he wants to shine a light, but I'm not hearing him say anything.
Oh, he might be very quiet.
What's up?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I fixed it.
Okay, good.
And yeah, I just like to shine a light inside so we can see what it looks like.
At least let me look around for lab papers before we go wandering in blindly.
Powder Keg is already inside the vault. He's
Yeah, I
done.
would have walked in with Powder Keg.
Okay, so allow me to describe the first room then, if
Thank
you'll
you.
give me a chance. Well, the first room of the stable is much. If you've been to any other stable, it's much like any other sort of entrance room. That sort of prefab, step up, and it's just basically a security checkpoint. With control panels for the main door. You can see all the
Typical.
hydraulics that help move the door and keep it secure and whatnot. But other than that, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot other than just crates and metal.
Do any of these crates look like they would store records on whatever was going on here?
No, it looks like either just rations or spare parts.
Wait, has food in it? Yoink.
Actually, yeah, one of the crates has been slightly opened a little bit in the entrance hall, and there are the sort of stable food packs in there.
Javon,
Yeah.
Grab a couple. I
Javon,
guess.
Well,
in
I
the
guess we can
grand
guess whatever's alive in this stable's probably dead.
Sorry.
Wait, what? I look at Powder, with an eyebrow raised.
Why would they leave food in the front room if they was using it?
Maybe
You're
it's just
assuming
surplus?
they eat food. They could be changelings. Again, no offense, Chica. It just seems like the reasonable thing to experiment on in this situation.
Chica just kind of gives a flat look at Javolt and says, I think you're making a lot of assumptions. Maybe not unfair assumptions, but a lot of assumptions nonetheless.
You're also kind of giving off an obsessive sense of
Yeah, that too. You're
Look,
a
the other
little too
option
into
is
this.
that there's a swarm of dragons that execute any dragon that gets too big and old.
It could also be a bunch of ponies who got brainwashed and putting in here out of fear of the dragon.
Aurelia scratches her head and says, wait, what?
Look, can we just can it? Javolt's gonna have a series of crackpot theories until we figure out what's going on. So let's just fucking explore, figure out what's going on, so Javolt will shut up about what he thinks is going on.
These
I
are
agree
not
with that.
crackpot theories. These are educated.
you prove them?
Chica actually looks at Powder Keg this time and says, that's a little rude.
He's been saying crazy shit repeatedly.
Yeah, but he's also helped out and been, a reasonable member of this group, so, maybe don't just rush ahead just because you don't like Javolt.
Oh,
Look,
one more
if-
thing.
if
Amber,
Bolt does something
Amber, these
impressive
people
and
don't know
worthwhile,
about the
know
cults,
that he has
so...
done something impressive and worthwhile.
Man, you two love to talk over each other.
Sorry.
Murder!
Look, I don't care how rude it is. He keeps saying things and trying to hold us up. A better way to go about this is to stop assuming something's in here and figure out what the hell actually is in here.
That's fair, but maybe say it with, a bit more tact, since, your angry approach doesn't seem to be 100% effective. It's all I'm
Powder
just
Keg
saying
does
what
not
I've noticed.
understand this tact of which you speak.
Is there any? I'm not sure there are many tactics that work with Javolt other than agreeing with him.
Nope.
Look, my
Start
point
with him or
is,
keeps going.
you can't
Start
just
rummaging.
do this like other
right.
places in the waste where you can just blow through problems.
I think they understand Javolt as much as they're ever going to.
I'm going to have to
So-
save them again, aren't I?
Maybe not. That's
I
another
guess.
assumption you're making.
So
And
if we
that's-
poke around...
And now you're the one being rude.
And
Right.
let's keep
That was
going.
or
It's-
I apologize.
Okay, good. Powder Keg, you apologize.
Don't need to.
Yes, you do.
Not feeling it.
I look over at Powder, I'm like, dude, just apologize and we can move on.
Fuck, fine. I apologize, Javolt. Sorry for assuming your theories are crackpot and annoying.
Chica
Thank
lets
you.
out a sigh and says, "All right, that's my take."
Neversteel's going to roll his eyes and he's going to proceed inwards.
Hey, Spud. I know one you said one crate had food in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I take 3 of those and then rummage around in the other crates?
Certainly, yeah. I mean, it's just open.
Cool.
Powder Keg will say, "Hold up, Steel, we ain't moving as a group yet. Like I said, we should stick together. We don't know what's in here."
Javolt
Well,
is
you
going
guys
to
come with,
try
right,
to
then we
examine
can
the terminals without...
It'd be a problem.
Javolt is going to try to examine the terminals without, setting off the tech curse.
Well, you can basically just look at them.
Do they have any information on them, or...
They're barely even on. This particular area hasn't had power in a long time. It's only just now. The lights are just barely starting to flicker to life. The terminals just, now starting to just have power at all.
Look at Javolt. So, do you reckon if we wait long enough, those things will turn on?
Yes, but long enough could be too long for some members of our party, so...
That's fair.
Look, we're here to find the dragon. Can we find the dragon? I think we should find the dragon.
We can find the dragon at any point, but we can explore, first.
Vaults.
Aurelia nods. Yeah, I mean, this is my first stable. I want to, take a look around.
Damn straight.
Alright, then.
Aurelia fist bumps Zenkar.
Okay,
Out of
do we
character,
have-
I do really enjoy exploring stables. In character, Powder Keg, goal-oriented. Let's do this. Be done with it.
I understand, but maybe be a bit more open-minded to the rest of the party.
Do we have a general idea of general stable layout? Is that general knowledge, or
For anyone who's
Flotsam's
been
picked
in
up?
in a stable before,
would the rest of us have any idea, or should we roll something, or what?
I mean, Powder Keg's looted a few.
Stables even
He's,
have a general standard layout?
Yes.
I guess that's also
there
part
is
of why Powder
basic
Keg's a little
layout.
bit like, just let's do this already, because he's looted a few of these, just wandering around.
Hey, Spud. Flotsam's pickbook. Would that have a local area map on it?
I don't think it works right now. We're in curse
yeah, you're
territory.
still in machine
Oh,
curse
that's right.
territory.
If you give it
so
to Aurelia,
Can I do that?
yeah, you could probably give it to Aurelia if you want to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that. Can I also do the stuff I mentioned in the PM?
Yes. You want to elaborate on that for me one more time?
Oh, sorry. Flotsam just wants to look for weapons parts.
Ah, right. So you can make a substitute weapon while you're in the curse zone. Yeah, you can do that.
She'll also
There's
ask
plenty of
for-
parts in some of the crates surrounding the entranceway.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Perfect.
And yeah, she'll ask Javolt if he wants her to make anything for him.
I think I'm good, actually.
Okay.
Are you doing all right, Dally?
She's a little tired.
Right.
That had us. Yeah.
And kind of in a poor mood, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. So I won't be too pushy.
Yeah.
Aurelia looks to Flotsam and says, can I borrow your pip up real quick?
Flotsam hands it over.
Alright. Aurelia kind of powers it on and kind of turns it over in her hands, just kind of a little confused because I think this is the first time she's actually handled it herself. I'm not sure, but she starts pressing buttons and then eventually finds a sort of local map function, and she just kind of her brow furrows at it and says, "I can only kind of see this room right now."
Pretty sure those things fill out a local map as you explore the area.
She kind of shakes it a bit.
Damn. Just hoping they'd have a just base layout. Oh well.
Well, stables tend to have a, if not standardized, certainly, built from prefab layout, but no way of knowing from here whether this stable adheres to that same structure. And then finally, the terminal in the security office next to the stable door turns on. It gets power back.
Aurelia, mind messing with the terminal? Figure if any of us touch it, it'll break.
Yeah, sure. Just Javolt, tell me what to do. Or someone.
Well,
Can you log in?
Powder Keg knows how to use a terminal. Powder Keg will... Should I roll my mechanics to assist her in running through a terminal and hacking it?
Yeah, it does seem to require a login.
Alright, then I will roll my mechanics, which I get to roll twice on and is an 18.
Fair.
I'd say with a 36, Powder Keg does a pretty good job of telling Aurelia how to use a computer.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And how to hack one.
Alright. So
Which one's the any key? Oh my god.
Okay.
I swear if Aurelia asks what the NA key is.
She just says, press any key. That means press any key, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She presses any key.
I'm just glad you didn't ask me where the NA key is.
I just wanted to be sure, because anyway.
They discontinued that model of keyboard.
What?
There are keyboards with an any key.
Alright, so, yeah, with the 36, you're able to, I'm not even going to try and invent a puzzle for you. You basically managed to crack through and get the login. And, you reach the terminal, which, has what you can manage to reach is some functions for the door, though not the main control. That's obviously for the control panel in the center of the room. But, some, security reports and, some basic, stable information from Stable Tech.
Alright, what does security report say?
The security reports, basically logs of, basically when the door has been used. And, basically the lockdown was, a couple centuries ago. But sometime in the last, maybe few months or so, there was a bunch of opening and shutting going on before, there's an error in the log that there's insufficient power to run the door. And it's basically silence after that until, there's the newest entry in the log is power has been restored, something like that.
Reckon it was golden?
Maybe. Who knows?
Golden Crown is right over there.
Golden Crown just kind of from, not in the room with you guys, but kind of just looking around, just kind of watching you closely. So what are you guys doing?
Did you
How
open
many times
this
have you
door
opened the
before?
door?
None?
Somebody want to call bullshit on that?
Yeah, can we roll perception on that
Roll
one?
to call bullshit.
Can we
That's
still
both-
see the door from where we are?
You're in the main door room, yes.
Okay.
I guess I could roll perception if I need to, but I honestly don't think she's lying.
Is it possible to open the door from this end? It should be.
Of course, yeah.
Can we have someone check the terminal if that is an option in running?
Well, it's not on the terminal. There's a control panel on the inside of the room, the center, right next to the stairs.
So, is she lying, do you think?
Who rolled and what?
I got a 17, Zenkon got a 24.
24.
I got a 15.
Zenkarn's the only one who is like, it doesn't seem like, I mean, she seems sincere, but she's kind of suspicious too. She's lying, if she's lying pretty well.
Okay, why would she be lying to us?
Because she doesn't want us to know that she's been coming in, looting the place. In that case,
honestly, I suspect it was a migration of some group.
Possibly. Crown, anyone else been around this area that you haven't seen before?
She shakes her head and says, no, just, me and, my mercs. I mean, this has been my home base after all, but since I got in, haven't really, seen anything go through the stable door. It's been off for a long time.
Better question. When did you move in?
Yeah.
How long ago?
Actually, hey guys, we can actually check pretty easily. When's the last entry on the entrance?
The last, entrance before the power went out, you say?
Mm-hmm.
It'd probably be about 7 months ago.
And Crown, when did you move in exactly?
Oh, she thinks really hard about this for a second and says, 6 months ago?
Is she lying? Let's roll.
Sorry.
Yeah, Javolt's not going to roll this time.
Powder Keg mistrusts her. Rolling.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll
27 to perception.
No, Powder Keg's bad.
too.
Powder Keg almost got a natural one.
Powder Keg, you basically believe her, but you are free to be as suspicious as you want to be just on principle.
Yeah, Powder Keg can't, verify that she can't tell that she's lying, but he's suspicious on principle.
Zenkarn, this time there's no ambiguity. She is super lying about the number.
I rolled an
She was looking at you guys on the computer pretty much the whole time. She probably knows the numbers you're looking at and cross-referencing.
I walk over and I pat her on the head, and I'm like, right, now when did you actually move in?
She backs away and gives you a glare. Hey, don't touch me like that.
Why? Don't want to be patronized?
Eh.
I regret nothing.
Alright, it was, almost a year ago.
Why were you opening the vault repeatedly?
I don't think it was her.
She kind of grimaces. Says, for supplies mainly.
You were looting. That's why these crates are open, aren't they? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Why'd you hide the key?
Good on you.
How far in did you go?
I didn't hide the key. I didn't steal the key.
Then who took the power away?
I did not take the power away. Someone else did that.
I'm asking who. I didn't say
I
you
don't
did.
know. I just...
When did this happen?
7 months ago.
Okay.
Just I go to bed one night after, stocking up on, more food for the next little while, and then next thing I know, the stable door is just completely out of power.
Okay.
Alright then.
How far in have you gone? I mean, have you explored this entire place?
Not much.
You never went further than this room, did you?
Well, not further than the next room.
What's in the next room?
It's a sort of an observation deck.
Observation for what?
I don't know.
I would guess it's an observation of the experimental subjects.
That would
I
make
guess.
sense.
And what can you see from the observation deck?
These two big rooms full of, I don't know, pods or something?
One is red.
Pods.
Great. More
Wait,
people.
What color
inside.
are the pods?
are these mechanical pods or do they look organic?
They look mechanical.
Okay.
That doesn't rule anything out.
Well, I mean, it adds a couple of things. Potentially cryogenic.
Come on, Aurelia, I need you to do your techie thing, and we can figure out what the scientists were recording in the observation deck.
My techie thing.
I would do it myself, but I'm under the tech curse. Apparently.
Okay,
No offense.
what exactly do you need me to do?
I'll figure it out when we get in there.
We walk into the observation deck.
Alright, so,
Yeah.
Flotsam, I guess, finishes up, making her little weapon out of the metal parts available. And she has made this sort of, this sickle on a chain thing.
Yeah.
She managed to
Nice.
fashion a quick blade and put it on a rod and attach a chain to it, and now she's this sort of flying adorable ninja thing. I don't know.
That's super great.
Oh, nice. Okay, wait. I have a quick question.
Sarigama? Yeah.
Tempered skill is just a touch disturbed by Flotsam embracing this weapon like this.
I think it's cool, but
Rule of
Anyway.
cool.
are there any other rooms, like, are there,
Visible? Are
yeah.
there any other doors?
or is it just the observation?
Yeah. There's no other doors from the entrance room. It just opens up into this long hallway, and then on the right side, on the far end of this hallway is a stairwell. On the right side is a great big glass window. On the left there are a couple of offices. The view through the windows on the right, split down the middle, it gives you a view into two separate, giant, like 5-story chambers, full of kind of glowing blue slightly. Seems like there's a bit of mist around as well. Seems to be chilled on the inside, and full of these mechanical pods lining the walls and the ground and a bit of the ceiling as well.
Can Javolt tell if these pods are malfunctioning from a glance, or...
They all seem to be fully powered. One noticeable difference is that the individual pods on the left side are a lot smaller, and there are more of them than the ones on the right, which are somewhat larger and fewer. But all told, there's,
When you say larger, are you talking like height or width?
volume, really.
Okay.
Do they look like they might be cryogenic chambers?
They sort of look like cryogenic chambers, but there's a bunch of wires going into each one, and there's, blinking readouts on all of them. And actually, Javolt, you should probably roll some history.
Alright, let me see what my history is.
I think I know what these are, but that's totally out of character.
They're reminding me of a certain thing that I'm not sure if Spud was brave enough to just jack from one of the games.
Okay, I got a 21.
I probably accidentally jacked something from plenty of the games, but 21 Javolt, yeah, these look not exactly the same, but distinctly similar to the experimental VR technology you messed with back in Slayer Base.
Yep, this is exactly what I thought it was.
But just on a massive number and scale.
It's still working. That's honestly more disturbing than what I think it is.
Is there any doors or anything down to them that we can
probably
see?
down the stairs.
There are some
offices.
There are some maintenance entrances, although they look very, very hefty, like airlocks.
Well, let's go down the stairs then.
No, let's go.
Actually, I agree with Javolt. We should look at the offices, see what documentation we can find, see if we can't find out exactly what's happening before we start poking around things. Who knows what's going to come out of there and what state their mental state they're going to be in.
I do have a suspicion, but it's not a very good one, and I don't think it's well-founded, so I'm not going to say it yet.
He's learning, guys.
Yay! Javolt made a learning. Now we just need to get Powder Keg to make a learning.
Everybody's learning, yay! Okay, so
People are learning. I love learning.
In the offices, which there's kind of the metal is very old. It doesn't look like it's been maintained at all in the past couple 100 years. There's just a heavy layer of dust on everything, but there are two terminals that both seem to be working. One in each of the offices.
Right. Aurelia, I hate to keep asking this, but
Yeah, I'll do my thing. You just tell me what to do.
Alright,
Basically,
Powder Keg will... Do you want me to roll mechanics twice again?
Actually, on either one you try, there doesn't seem to be any sort of heightened security. It's just seems to be public terminals.
Oh.
Can I go
let's
around
see.
and check some of the papers and documents?
That you can, yes.
Okay.
look through that.
There's some very old, worn filing cabinets nearby.
Okay.
I remember
I'll just go through.
Many sort of locks have long since, rusted away. Might take a little bit of, elbow grease to kind of like really pull the files out, but
Can Tempered Steel assist in the opening of those things?
oh, of course, yes.
He's got
Okay. Enough of the sound effects.
And the weird thing you notice as you start looking through the public files, both on the terminals and in the filing cabinets, about like 95% of all of these memos and documents seem to be just it's hard to describe. Basically, like love letters and get well soon cards and birthday cards and all manner of just general well wishes between what you can only assume is different members of the stable.
Can we see if there's some kind of coded messages in those?
You try but aren't terribly successful because it's just a bunch of birthday cards and get well soons and
Tempered Steel is going to see if there are
invitations to tea parties and
Wait, what's the date on all these?
most of these are dated, not kind of pre-war. Well, not totally pre-war, but probably shortly after the doors closed.
Okay.
And they're all kind of, they got this calligraphy to them, and they're all kind of fancily decorated, and it's kind of really out of place.
Can Tempered Steel see if anywhere in the room there are hidden stashes of files?
There aren't, but like I said, I said about 95% of them. There are a few standouts that look actually serious and normal.
Stuff like, need to change pipe in maintenance room. Toilet is overflowing, please fix.
Yeah. Stuff like that. I guess roll perception to see if you can pick out the important information from all the, pick out the wheat from the chaff, basically.
Can we all roll?
Yeah, all of you who are investigating, roll.
Should I roll
right.
perception for this?
Perception, yeah, would be the
Powder
roll.
Keg rolls a 7.
Powder Keg contributes to this session.
I got us into the first terminal.
You did, yeah. I was
I
joking.
got a 21.
28.
23 and
Flotsam scores natural 19 for a 30. Goodness.
Flutesome.
Damn it. Okay, sorry.
Flotsam.
/ roll space 1d20 plus 10.
Okay, so you have to put a little dash and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
new dice room. Flotsam with a 30 scores. What was it? Flotsam with a 30 scores what looks like archived correspondence, and it's kind of under pseudonyms, but you think, judging by the language of the message, it seems like it might be between a Queen of the Changelings and the head of Stable Tech.
Hey guys, Chica, I think there were changelings here. She passes the documents over to Chica.
Chica immediately starts just devouring them, reading them over super quickly. It's a several page document, and she's barely on one for a second before she's just like flip. And
Librarian powers activate.
Can
Yeah, pretty much.
Steel look over the ones she's finished reading?
well, they're all kind of together, so.
Oh, okay, never mind.
And before long, after she reaches the end, she just kind of flips them all back to the first page and goes through again. And
Jamal sort of clears
So,
his throat.
Want to give us a quick recap of all of those? If you wouldn't mind, Chico.
I'm still... Holy... Okay. Huh. Well, I mean, it's kind of in code, because I guess the changelings didn't want to make it, like, obvious that they were, but then they're kind of honest here, and, no, so the first ones are them just sort of reaching out, I guess through some kind of, okay, so, the changelings were, I'm sorry, this is a lot to absorb.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Take
alright,
time.
take your time.
Okay, so the changelings of the pre-war had, like, I guess a few just kind of scout spies in various levels of the equestrian government, the ministries, but not a lot. I'm guessing because there just wasn't a lot of love going around at the time. No really good targets. But they found out about the stable project. And so this is one of the queens basically, directly appealing to the head of Stapletech saying, hey, we're out here in the Badlands. We're staring down the barrel of the war just like the rest of you. Could you find a place for us in one of your stables? And, the rest is just discussing, potential opportunities, discussing terms and payments and, rewards and whatnot. The changelings went looking for a stable to hide in. And apparently this one is supposed to be like a miscellaneous storage stable, but they made room for the changelings. And I guess there's references to a third party that they're sharing with.
That would be the volunteer feeders, I believe.
I don't know, with all those gooey love letters and stuff, you'd think that might be, something to help the changelings subsist on initially?
Yeah, I guess so. She looks around at all the sort of, free love letters that you've unearthed in the files and says, I guess part of the arrangement was making sure that the changelings would have, love to subsist on.
Well, there's enough gooey lovey-dovey shit in all those letters for all of the fucking changelings.
Chica catches what you muttered under your breath and just gives you a kind of quirked eyebrow.
Not against the changelings, against the quirky lovey-dovey shit.
She kind of looks around. Are there any other files? And, with the rest of your amazing rolls, Zenkarn and Tempered Steel, and Javolt, you found some more. There is let's see, Zenkarn, you managed to find what looks like a sort of archived officer's report.
Heck yeah, speed read.
It looks like this is a report to one Queen Chrysalis from one of her lieutenants.
Oh, it's that queen.
Cool.
I thought it would be one of the reasons.
Well, you don't. I should point out that you don't know about this one because a Canterlot wedding never really happened.
Yeah, I know, but
this chronology. The changelings just never bothered to invade Equestria. But this report says that that they've established relations with this sort of local tribe/race that call themselves the cute citizens of Lovey-Dovey Land, or the adorable citizens of Lovey-Dovey Smoochie Land.
Yeah.
And I vomited a little bit in my mouth.
Yup.
You can legitimately, Zenkarn just reads that and just starts, basically just sticks up down his throat.
Just
Like,
retching.
nope.
those are the cats, right?
Yeah, the report describes them as a sort of cat-like race that just freely gives love to just kindness and love to just about everyone that they meet, and so they formed a formidable source for the changelings to feed on.
I did not see that coming.
You demonic bastard.
Javolt
I'm so
sort
glad
of
I read the
stares
comic.
at the report and says, "This doesn't make sense. Cats are carnivores.
Well,
There would
by
be
the
at
looks of
least
it,
some predatory nature there."
They're cat-like, doesn't mean they're actually
Right.
cats.
They
I
sound
don't know.
pretty
Let me rip
friendly
one
to
open.
me.
We'll find out.
So, the changeling hierarchy were unofficially referring to them as love cats, LUVCATS, and
Say that again.
Love cats.
CRB getting images.
And now Love Shack is playing in my head. Except with love cats. Love cats. Baby love cats.
I have to go to work tonight, and they're going to be playing that, and that's all I'm going to hear for like half an hour. God damn it.
I can't stop laughing. Okay.
See, this is why you leave naming races to the scientists.
Well, really, ideally you leave it to marketers, but, you know.
I don't know. I think the name a scientist would come up would be pretty boring compared to this.
I found
We
this
came
name
up with
humorous
one
and stupid.
star.
But mostly humorous.
Mostly stupid.
So, yeah, someone pointed out in live stream chat, I previously had a joking stance that there are just no cats in this universe because, you know, people kept asking for them. Well, I guess now there are cats in this universe.
They're just probably all dead, like most things in this universe.
Now I want one, but in character
did
I'm
we
like, I
find
can't
anything
want
else?
one, and that's evil.
Did we find any
This is what
other-
you get for playing a necromancer and being obsessed with kittens.
I'm taking one
This
as
is
a
your
pet.
just
I am not
reward.
leaving here until I get one now.
You could let Tempered Steel try to adopt one, and
You're right. We should open up these chambers and let these people and let these changelings or ponies or whoever is in the things, apparently changelings,
But the
and
changelings
probably
and the
some other
cats out.
parties.
No, I don't think we should do that.
I don't think we should open these. I don't think the wasteland needs a bunch of changelings going out into the
No, I
population.
have a different
now.
reason.
But I want a zombie love cat. There is no way that can go wrong.
Okay, Jabor
There
will
are so
ignore
many
this
ways that can
argument
go
and
wrong.
just read the rest of the
when,
files.
when Cuteless says there's no possible way something can go wrong, there is most certainly a way something can go wrong.
Actually, it's pretty much a guarantee that everything will go
cemetery.
wrong.
Oh,
That too.
please. Lies and slander.
Anyway,
Anyway.
So there was feeding on cat peeps.
Chica kind of chuckles and says, basically, incredible stroke of luck that they found them, really.
Weird ass little shit sticks. No idea why and they write all those lovey-dovey letters. Fucking what?
I can only imagine.
I do not want to meet one of those things. Sounds like a fucking.
Well,
they're probably in the smaller pods.
yeah, that's the thing. I think she kind of goes back over to her own document and says, this third party described here, I think this stable was kind of split between them.
So changelings and lovey-dovey cat things.
Yeah.
And the tech
Sure.
is still operating. Am I the only one who realizes the significance of this?
What? That the 200-year-old technology is still there? It's a stable. It's what it does.
It's still operating in the technology curse zone.
I'm still wondering why the dragons thing pointed us here.
Because Omar's here. That's why it's still operating. 2 and 2 together, guys.
It's far worse than that, Zenkar.
Why is it
I'm
worse?
failing to see how it could be worse, but sure.
Do you remember those zombies that you resurrected
zombie-
outside?
The zombie changeling techno droids, yup.
Why would they use tech, do you think? It's
Oh,
guaranteed to fail in this zone.
Unless if the
That's-
dragon made
It was interfacing them with the pods, and they got out somehow.
No, don't you see? The dragon puts the technology into the changelings. The technology
Alright.
works because it is the dragon. The changelings are the dragon. The changeling hive mind is Ormar.
The last
Alright.
bit of that made sense.
That,
Wait.
theory?
Wait, is it okay? Okay, Chica, how good a change can, and how much can a changeling queen transform?
At that level of power, just about, I mean, nothing huge, but just about, whatever she needs.
So
Okay.
could this Queen Chrysalis thing have impersonated a dragon or not?
I highly doubt
Probably
that.
not.
Highly doubt that.
Yeah.
That
I
sounds
think
crap
I
on
think
it,
it's the
yes.
dragon that impersonated the queen, honestly.
Well, wait, but okay. If
Hive mind
and
speaking.
stuff can turn into like a baby dragon or something. I doubt that would even fool the curse.
I don't know. I'm just surprised at this point that the computer monitors haven't started flashing a dragon and started laughing at us, be like, "You're trapped in here forever. I'm gonna do horrible things," or something like that.
Well, you jinxed it now. You monitor.
But
To be fair, this
but
is
no
Ormar,
such thing happens.
who's the technology dragon, and technology is all about helping and developing for the future.
Okay,
To
wait.
be honest, I'm kind of glad I'm wrong this time.
I have a question. So other than the offices and the stairs downstairs, there's nothing else here, right?
Yeah, just the window looking out into the pod bays.
Does it look like the stairs just lead into the pods?
No, they actually seem to go down to kind of the floor below that's around the pods.
Shall we go down there?
Have we gotten all the documentation we can?
Do the terminals...
Did we actually get into the offices?
We were in the offices.
Yeah, you guys have been in the offices the whole time.
Oh wait, we
Um,
have to check the terminal. Yeah.
Dally, what's up?
On the
No, we already checked the terminals. The terminals was what had the love letters and all the stuff.
Well, I mean, I was splitting between both the terminal files and the actual physical files. But Dally, what were you going to say?
I was just wondering if there was anything that seemed to be monitoring the brain activity in the pods.
It seems like each pod in the bay seems to have a kind of a tiny screen in front of it. So
Okay.
there might be some kind of monitoring device going on, and all the screens seem to be flashing differently individually. So
I suppose we should head downstairs now and figure out what's next.
Mm-hmm.
You go first, Powder Keg.
Sure.
Tempered skill will go first.
Fuck it. I'll just go after whoever's going first.
Powder Keg follows. Powder Keg actually goes first. Like, when Jolt says go first, Powder Keg just walks first.
okay.
It's not that
Well,
Powder
in
Keg is,
some-
like, obeying Javolt. It's just like, I don't even fucking care at this point.
In some order, you head out of the offices and towards the first stairwell, and you go down a flight, and it deposits you in this sort of grand hallway. You can still see windows looking into the pod bays, and there's even one of the sort of bulkhead doors off to one side, but the hallway you're in and the doors surrounding it seem to be some kind of residential area. And judging by the way that the walls are kind of more, shall we say, pink than usual, and decorated with hearts and whatnot, this is probably the one of the love cat wings of the residential area.
What was that you said about a big bulkhead door?
Yeah, kind of connecting the pod bays.
Oh, this is between the two pod bays.
Between the pod bays and basically the rest of the complex surrounding it, basically in sort of a cocoon kind of shape. There are
Well,
several.
now we know where Golden Crown got her stuffed animals.
There are several basically kind of sealed doors, sort of like airlocks, connecting the normal hallways to the VR chambers.
Want to see what's in the VR chambers?
Yes. Yes, I do.
They what now?
You can also see that, towards as you exit the stairwell, you're kind of at a corner. To your left is all the residential rooms and wings and whatnot. To your right are some more residences, and then another big sort of sealed door, but with some windows. And on the other side, you see more normal residences. Actually, this time they seem a bit darker.
Sorry, what? I think I just got confused on the layout here. We go down the stairs, there's a hallway of Wubcat
All right, so
residences.
surrounding the central VR chambers are several floors of different sort of wings, basically, on the left and on the right.
Right.
You've taken that main stairwell, you've been deposited on the corner of the left side wing, which seems to be Lovecat residences.
All right.
And you can kind of, there's on the far end, you can kind of see the other side, which seems to be the changeling residences.
The far end of the hallway on the left side.
The far end of the hallway directly across from the stairwell you just exited.
I know what Spud's trying to get at.
Yeah.
Anyway, So I guess Powder Keg is going to try to activate the bulkhead into the main, chamber of the VR pods.
There is a wall terminal next to the big old door.
Aurelia, I'm gonna need you to hack it for me.
Aurelia, push the button.
Aurelia just
That's your job
rolls
now.
her eyes and brings out the little keyboard and starts tapping away.
Alright, Powder Keg will attempt to assist again. Let's see, 1d20, 18.
Flotsam in the background, missing hacking.
35.
All right, you're able to log into get past the main security restrictions on the terminal, but when you try to activate the function to unseal the door, there is an error saying that it requires administrator permission.
You guys want me and Flotsam to go scout that out, or you guys go find administrator stuff?
The rest of the areas and see if we can get something that way first.
Can't we just hack it?
Can Powder Keg roll for, any way to override administrative, to fool the system?
If you want to try and give this terminal administrative privileges, I guess.
What would you roll?
More mechanics, I'd imagine.
Hey, Flot, what's your
34 to try and give the terminal administrative purposes.
Would anyone like to assist on that?
Sure. Let me just get my thing rolling in the way it should be.
Or what if I threw a magic point on there and made it a 44?
Well, wait,
Can I re-roll that?
If you've got the talents for it.
Yeah, I do. Alright.
how about we save the magic point, yeah.
Flotsam, you want to help out with some mechanics?
Okay.
Since Javolt's really not contributing much.
Wow, Volt is struggling today.
He's still very bummed out from having the machine curse basically shutting him down a lot.
Yeah.
He needs a pick-me-up. How about we
Everfield's
have
gonna walk over to Chavolt and pick him up. No, he's not gonna act for. No, not for real. Then.
I assist Flotsam's sister. No.
Alright, that is, with mainly Flotsam's help, unfortunately, that is just barely enough. You managed to find your way back into the central administrative system, give yourself access privileges, and use that to very quickly access the bulkhead function before the system rights itself again.
Alright. So the bulkhead
door
opens.
hisses as gas escapes, and the door starts to open up, but the screen of the terminal flashes, and there's a message on it saying, "What do you think you're doing?"
Oh, there he is.
There's the thing! Oh!
That's
Powder
horrible.
Powder Keg's going to type it in investigating.
I will not allow you to bring any of them to harm.
Not the plan, he types in.
Tell him we just want to look around.
We just want to look around.
I think he can hear us. Can you
Powder
hear
Keg will
us?
type in, can you hear us?
That kind of
The monitoring systems are still coming back online. Thank you for bringing back the core. That is the only reason I will allow you to, in quotes, investigate.
Tell him it's not an issue, and then ask if we can have a cat.
Oh, Powder Keg is going to ask, is this Ormar?
Yes.
I have a
Did
quick
we roll
question.
perception to see if this digital voice is lying?
It's not
It's
a digital voice.
It's just typing
It's just
into the
text on
computer.
the that's
Well,
that's
anyway.
appearing on the screen.
It's like Tom Riddle, damn it.
Is Amber
That actually Aurelia's typing on the screen, but
Yeah. I mean, Powder Keg is instructing Aurelia what to type, but...
Is Amber still with us?
Amber is just kind of been gobsmacked at everything since he walked in. It
Well.
seems like it's her first time seeing a stable.
Amber, we got the dragon on the terminal. You can ask him stuff. I guess.
What would I... She's just stricken dumb by the implications.
You just asked her to talk to her god.
Do you have any advice for members of the cult of Tiamat, Ormar?
There is a long pause. The door, by this point, has completely unsealed, and cold air and mist starts to rush in from the chamber, in which it
Are you
is
there,
much,
God?
much colder.
It's me, Amber.
In response to the cultist, Aurelia types in the Cult of Tiamat question, and there is a long pause. And finally, the text on the screen says, "I was barely aware there was a cult after us."
Yes, well, they worship you and the other undead dragons.
The admission seems to just kind of Amber's shoulders visibly slump. Yes, our worship was beneath their notice. At least this one's notice.
Well, to be fair, he has been locked in a bulkhead, basically.
I don't think he gets out much.
The next text on the screen is, I have little time or interest for the affairs of ponies. Not anymore.
Okay, Tempered. Okay, you said the door to the next room's open.
The door to the left side, the smaller VR chamber, is open.
Tempered Seal's gonna go in there.
Yeah, there's
Volt
some
sort of rolls his
walkways you
eyes
can
and
use
walks
to...
quickly after him just to make sure he doesn't break anything on accident.
I'm gonna walk in too, because I'm kind of curious.
Powder Keg will, one last thing on the terminal. I want to continue talking. Where can we find you?
Just let it say, "I'm here."
That'd be really cool, but it says fifth subfloor, main security office.
All right.
Sorry, not main security office, next to the overmayor's office.
Is anyone else hearing that background static?
Yeah.
Oh yes,
it's there. I'll have to.
It's bad.
I'll have to get that out of the recording. But anyway, several of you after that walk into the pod chamber. It's quite cold in there.
Well, ain't this a relief from all the desert heat?
Damn straight.
I like the desert. Come on.
Yeah, but you're weird. If we poke around the bigger pods, what do we find?
Well, actually, all of the pods in this room are...
The smaller pods.
Yeah, the two pod chambers are kept separate by a wall with no connecting entrances.
Ah.
Can I peer into
So
one
are
of
we
the...
in the larger or smaller pod chamber?
The smaller pod room. On the left
The rooms
side.
themselves are the same size, it's just the pods that are different. Right?
Yeah,
Right,
the chambers are kind of basically equal size. The pods themselves within, in here, they are smaller than the other one and more numerous.
Then
Hey
can we
guys,
see
didn't
inside
the
pods, or are
Ministry
they
of Magic
still-
have
or do they
contact
not
with one of these dragons?
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that they might have been in contact with this one, because he said, "I don't have time for ponies, not anymore," which implies that he did work with ponies at some point, and considering that he's guarding a stable and seems to be incredibly involved with technology, seems like the highest bet for the one that actually worked with the Ministry of Magic.
Possibly, yeah.
You keep saying Ministry of Magic, and I keep thinking Harry Potter.
The Ministry
know.
of Arcane Sciences, but yes.
But everybody called it the mom.
It depends if this one's male or female.
Callie,
This one's
what were you
male.
gonna say?
Because if this one's male, it's not this one.
I was just wanting to have Watson look into one of the pods and see how the kitten was doing, and possibly also look at the monitoring device.
The pods are solid with no windows.
Okay, I'll
But there
just
is a kind of a tiny readout, and then seems to be you can kind of open up a panel and see a more full readout with what seems like vital signs.
I'll ask Aurelia to do that just in case. Don't want to break it.
Yeah, and she kind of fiddles with the panel until it comes out. And you see that it seems to be sort of monitoring respiratory system as well as sort of brain activity.
Can Firelight get a closer look at the brain activity? Like, does it just look like they're asleep? Or like...
Actually, they probably, if they're in VR, probably have more brain activity than just being asleep.
I know, that's what I want to check. Like, if they're asleep, then they're just in cryo and stuff. If, like, there's more brain activity than that, then the VR is still working.
On this one, the brain activity is kind of, very limited and steady, as though they were asleep.
Okay.
I go check a couple of the others.
Yeah. I'll check a few of the others and stuff, see what their brain activity looks like.
Yeah, you check, with Aurelia's help, you check a few of the other panels. And some of the other ones are, one of them actually seems to have brain activity like he's awake, even though his breathing is still kind of the same, still very steady.
So maybe the first one is currently simulating that they're sleeping.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Hey, Chica. Is Chica in this room with us?
Chica's hanging around, yeah. I mean, she's actually kind of outside the pod chamber just looking in, because she doesn't seem to like the cold very much.
Chica, do you feel any, like, love coming out of this room? That's just the weirdest question to ask. Sorry.
Chica takes a couple of tentative steps into the pod chamber, and just kind of looks around, puts her hoof on one of the pods, closes her eyes for a second or two, and she says, "No, somewhat, but I don't know, it's hard to feel when it's not directed at you, and the texture of this particular love, I don't know, like it's being muffled somehow." She looks up at the wires connecting each of the pods. I don't know, it feels like most of the love is being, I don't know, pulled up and out.
It's probably being put into the changelings pods. This is basically what's feeding them, I guess. Which, would they need to be fed like this while they're in cryo?
I don't know. You'd asked me about a day ago, I wouldn't have thought this kind of thing was possible. Feeding on love is, it's emotions. It's, a magical organic process. I could never think of someone, I don't know, somehow transferring digital love?
Maybe that's why it feels muffled.
Well, one should talk Daft Punk.
But okay. So, I mean, like, they all seem fine, right?
In a manner of speaking, I suppose.
Well, we can't actually see them, so...
Yep, just pods.
Well, I don't really want to open any of them up, because, like, it kind of sucked to open them up and not be able to...
I don't think Ormar will be very happy if we try and open them up either. So,
we don't need to open them up.
Not to
You
mention...
guys are doing that thing again.
I don't know. Ormar hasn't tried to kill us yet, so I'd kind of like to stick with that, because it's been a while since one hasn't tried to kill us.
Well, for all we know, opening it properly will kill him.
Well, it's not like there isn't a possible way of getting a look in without opening them.
Weaver, roll perception.
Okay. There's nothing else.
Okay, what should I roll perception for? Because I was kind of vague.
I'm not telling you yet. I'm just asking you to roll perception.
Wait, just...
Got a 16.
It's a little faint. You're kind of being assaulted by the hum of all the VR pods, but you think you hear some kind of very soft footfalls coming from outside the chamber.
I think we are about to have guests. Let's assume that they're not hostile for once.
And with that, pull a weapon.
Powder Keg is using his hoofs for fighting right now, so Powder Keg is just armed. Or should I say, hooved and dangerous.
Hooved and dangerous. I want to see a My Little Pony action movie. Anyway.
There are plenty of us online, but they're more like action scenes.
Yeah, no, I mean like full on Die Hard level, action movie. Anyway.
That would have... give it 10, 20 years. It'll probably happen. Within your lifetime.
Maybe I should just write one. Anyway,
Yay.
I'm sure someone's already written several fan fictions that are like Pony Die Hard.
probably, yeah.
And I do know somebody apparently is trying to animate the original Fallout Equestria with the
good luck with that.
Several people
with the
have
SFM.
tried.
SFM thing.
Oh yeah, there's a radio play, and then there was the person made a source filmmaker. Short of that, they might be continuing that, but still kind of an undertaking. Probably not as much as the FOE game, but you know.
Yeah, the FOE game looks really cool, and
They're smart with the way they're going about that too. They're building the systems.
And while we've been
first,
having this conversation, we've been ambushed by Chrysalis herself. I don't know.
You've been having this just some kind of conversation, I guess, or getting ready. You see sort of through the windows first, and then coming through the hall, you see these tiny little cats, like about 3 or 4 of them, and almost all of them have these some level of cybernetics attached to them. So one of them has a cyber leg. One of them, like, part of their face is replaced with metal. And there are about 4 cyber love cats come kind of rushing up to you guys, brandishing one of them brandishing a banner saying welcome and showering you with heart-shaped welcome letters and whatnot.
They are adorable. I love it.
They're
Oh my
also
God.
ormars.
They just kind of jump up onto you guys and start purring. One of them with a synthetic voice.
Terror Skills is going to pick one up.
I'm cute.
holy, these things are, what the?
These things would not survive outside for more than 3 minutes. And I want one.
Any of y'all, able to talk?
They seem to understand language, but they speak mainly in meows and mostly communicate through very heavily decorated cards.
Oh,
Do any of
Are
you
they-
speak
Aurelia, can you understand them?
Are they holding any cards right now?
Yeah, mostly welcome. Welcome and
Flotsam,
communicating mainly in the language of hugs right now.
Temperskill is gonna hold one so that he can hold it with one arm and pet it with the other.
In the most awkward way possible, I imagine.
Anyway, what was that, Dally?
oh, you can hear me? Okay,
Yes.
good. No, Flotsam was just, going to, fly excitedly around one of them and go, how do you get your cybernetics to work in the Crash territory?
The dragon lets them have the cybernetics work.
The love cat is, I don't know, it seems like he wants to answer the question, but it seems more concerned with just showering you with love and affection right now.
Okay, little adorable cat things. Can you lead us somewhere?
Fair question. How's Chica reacting to this?
Chica is actually like swaying a little bit on her feet as one of the love cats just kind of snuggles up to her, and she looks a little intoxicated right now, actually. It's like,
Default
whoa.
Carefully walks over, takes the love cat, and shifts it away from Chica.
Her head shakes, and she's like, no, wait, no, bring it back.
I'll walk over.
It was
I said
delicious.
I
Because they all come.
make a time rocket while drunk, and I still don't know why.
They,
You can have
the-
the love cat
Probably because
back
you were upset about
when
your
you
niece.
prove you are a responsible adult.
the love cats
Aw.
have jumped on everyone, haven't
Chica
they?
is
Like,
a
they're literally-
responsible adult, more responsible than you or me.
This isn't about drinking, several bottles of high alcohol content vodka. This is about a pony who's been crawling through the desert, living off of whatever rainwater happened to be pooling around in the sand, and suddenly I find food.
Ah,
Take offense at that.
Flotsam,
mean,
Like,
More than just military rations.
Okay.
starts
Okay.
picking up cats and placing them on Chica.
Oh,
Think of it like this.
Continue to hold one and pet it on the head.
Spud, aren't these things are these based on the things in the comic?
Yeah.
They are exactly the
Yeah,
things.
I
in My
legitimately
Little
linked it
Pony comic.
earlier. Hang on. I have a picture.
They are exactly the.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, these are the things in the comic, aren't they? The super nice cats that just give everything love.
Javolt
It's great.
sort of
It's in the comic, they all
curiously
die.
peers at the wub cat he's been shifting and says, "Are you carnivores or herbivores or what?"
They're adorable. That's
They're
what
sustained by sugar.
Javolt is going to try to look at the wub cat's teeth.
Well, I mean, some of them have had their mouths replaced with cybernetic parts, but they do have, a couple of sharp canines, but they also have a lot of flat rows of teeth as well.
Omnivores.
Omnivores.
Javolt, don't abuse the adorable little fuzzballs.
I don't think they're actually in the feline family. Convergent evolution.
You'd have to let me. Really tempted to dissect one to see what happens, but I don't want to piss off the dragon.
Zedgar, do not dissect the kitties.
They already have cybernetics installed. They probably have biology textbooks they could give to us.
Oh yeah. Ooh, books.
Aurelia's just been looking on this whole scene with just kind of a sort of sickened look on her face, like, ugh, really?
I know. I don't know what to do.
It's a little overwhelmingly cute, gotta be honest. Powder Kicks is just like I don't know how many of these things glommed onto him. He's just kind of sitting there taking it, not looking particularly pleased, but not particularly annoyed either.
How many of them did you say are in the room right now?
There were 4 at first, but a few more have come in as well.
So we've probably all got our own personal love cat at this point.
Is Craggy playing nice with the kitties?
Craggy is a little confused and tries to bite one of them first.
Flotsam communicates to him not to do that, and these are friends.
Craggy looks a little kind of disappointed, but, once the love cat starts snuggling up against him, he gets into the swing of things.
Are any of the wub cats snuggling up to Aurelia, or is she still just standing there?
Aurelia, they try going up to Aurelia, and Aurelia just, continually stepping back, no.
Javolt sighs, puts his wub cat down, and shoos it off toward Chica, and walks over to Aurelia and says, "Listen, you can be badass and still admire the cute things."
But I don't like cute things.
How can you not like
Flotsam looks offended.
Aurelia is a teenager. Everything is terrible and nothing is cute.
Yeah, exactly. Wait. And at this point, Chica is on the ground, groaning need to pace myself.
Oh. Just gonna walk over to Chica and sort of poke her with my scythe and be like, "Hey, you still alive?"
Oh.
Hey, Chica, you alright?
I think I'm about to find out what happens when you vomit back up love.
Sweet!
Just
please get them off me.
They can't reach you there.
Tempered Steel's gonna go over to Chica and start picking them up off her and putting them he's gonna put 2 of them, 1 on each shoulder, a third one on top of his head.
2 on his horns.
I'll grab one as well. I want a kitty.
And Chica
Flotsam sheepishly picks up one of the love cats she deposited on Chica. Sorry, Chica.
Chica just starts crawling towards the airlock door. Just must find loveless spot to rest.
Need
Aurelia's angsty teenager, come over here.
This is
basically just walk over and snuggle up to Aurelia. That'll solve the problem.
This is without a doubt already the best dragon encounter.
Yeah, this is pretty wonderful.
You do realize that these are technically sapient creatures, and we can't actually keep them as pets.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't say that about Aurelia.
One of the love cats one of the love cats ran off and came back with a giant sort of decorated poster board saying, "You are cordially invited to the stable 998 tea party."
Oh, let's
Flotsam.
go.
Ooh.
Lead on, adorable little fuzzball. Lead
Let's
on.
go.
I swear, if this is a trap, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then the Maulers had a tea party, and everything was basically all right. End session.
All right, so
I
are we going to go to their tea party?
Yeah?
I suppose.
Yes.
Yes.
Numbers Guild.
All right, we're going to the maybe a trap tea party. Yes.
Oh,
I'm back to Tico.
Powder Keg
Javol
is just
is-
kind of like, I really want to go talk to the dragon. Can one of y'all take me to the dragon?
The tea party is the dragon.
Oh my god.
I'm still operating off the theory that there's some sort of hive mind going on, and the dragon is actually the hive mind operating through the cybernetics.
Well, you know what? The dragon told me where he is, so
That
Well,
would
we don't
also
know where the
explain...
tea party is. For all we know, this tea party is with the dragon.
You know, the hive mind thing kind of makes sense if you take into consideration the way the geckos have been acting. They seem like they're being controlled by a greater force.
And
Are
this
the cat-
dragon
are the
seems to
trying
be
to-
operating to preserve other species, even accounting for the general.
Are the cats?
Javol glances at Amber and then clears his throat awkwardly. How's Amber doing with these web cats anyway?
She's just kind of staring stunned, not really reacting to them.
Are the
Amber?
cats trying to lead us to the tea party?
Yeah, they're trying to, like, pull you along with their tiny little paws.
Tempered Steel is going to go with them, still carrying the, it's 4 love cats now.
Probably.
Yeah.
I
The
counted six.
remember, Cyber Love Cats. Cyber Love Cats.
Yes, cyber love cats.
I counted
Yes, you
6.
done
I
that.
was-
Zombie love cats. By the way.
Javol goes to Amber, puts a foreleg over her shoulder and says, "Come on, the dragon invited us to a tea party."
Actually, you said you knew where the dragon was. Do you mind if I just go down there?
That's where the
I'm
tea
going
party
too.
is.
Oh, come on! Don't miss the tea party.
The tea party is with the dragon. This is obvious.
Well,
I look at the cats if they're still around, and it's like,
yeah,
look,
they're still, like, looking at you eagerly with the big...
will the dragon be there if we come with
Well,
you?
Tempered Steel's already heading with them where they want to go.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, but there's more than the cats than just the ones you've got.
True.
Yeah,
And I grabbed one.
When you
I think-
ask if the dragon's going to be there, one of them kind of furrows his brow in thought, and then seems to get an idea like a light bulb over their head, and then
It says,
runs off, purring about something. And Aurelia just gets a weird look on her face, and he says, "I think that one's off to get like a TV set or something."
So we can have a tea
Can-
party.
can-
and meet the
Okay,
dragon.
Okay,
wait. Aurelia, you can you can understand small creatures. Why did I not remember this?
I've honestly not been doing the translation work in my head until now. I just didn't want to do it.
So this is going to be a television set through which Ormar is going to speak to us, right?
I don't know if it's literally going to be a TV set, but something.
Well,
So
it
the
looks
dragon
like
is-
if you want to talk to your dragon, then it's a tea party.
Yay!
Powder Keg does not look at all enthused about this concept.
Don't you worry,
As
Powder
they go,
Keg.
Tempered Steel's
They
going to pick up
probably
the
have
love.
very special blends of tea for people just like you.
Oh,
But hate tea. It's for love.
I swear, Firelight's just like giddy from all this and stuff. Like, oh my god, I haven't seen anything this adorable since like a little baby
Ever.
fire trying to catch something else bigger on fire.
"Oh,
A little baby fire trying to catch something bigger on fire.
That's Old Raider Firelight's version of adorable. I love it.
That's great.
Oh,
Wow.
Chica is still crawling along, just groaning.
Every
He's like,
once
"I'm
in a
gonna
while,
go
we
over.
remember that Firelight isn't entirely sane.
I'm gonna go over to the changeling side and hope there's no love over there. See you later."
I'm gonna go with her. Because letting her crawl around by herself when she's this sick sounds like a really
When you
terrible
express your desire not to go to the tea party, the love cats give you just the most adorable little sad little eyes.
It's not that he
And
doesn't
then you
want
remember
it,
I'm a
though.
racist
It's that
Negro
he,
and I have no
he
soul.
cares for this. He cares for this changeling.
Uh,
He is making a great sacrifice, and so is Aurelia. Aurelia, go with them.
One of the love cats seem to understand Javil's explanation and give him a little salute, and one of them drops off a card that says, one free tea party to be redeemed whenever.
Oh, God.
I take the card and
God damn
I
it!
take one
these
of the
things
cats
are
with
fucking
me.
adorable.
Are you taking one of the cats with you?
Can I
Is that
take one
what
of
you
the
said?
yellow ones with me?
You can pick it up and it probably won't object.
Do these things
Apart
have
from
gender?
Meanwhile is rolling around on the floor with two of the cats.
I just realized I don't know if you creatures have genders. Is this wrong for me to ask?
I don't know, just pick it up and turn it over.
Like I said,
Fucking
this is a
beautiful.
sapient species. That would be rude.
I
The
don't think they'd mind.
you can kind of tell, you can kind of intuit just from basic body shapes which ones are, males and females. Although they're all definitely more effeminate, but there are subtle differences you can pick out over time.
Overall, they're adorable as hell.
I'm almost not, I just cannot fathom Tibbs being in this in this scenario.
Yeah, if only Tibbs' internet wasn't crapping out so thoroughly, but
This is
I really
we
wish
just picture
Tibbs
that
were here to
Tibbs has got
respond to
this-
this.
we'll just have to have a mini session where you just go back and have Tibbs' reaction to everything.
Now,
Yes.
Tibbs has this 1,000-yard stare, and it's basically going on automatic.
Tibbs is just like, nope.
Tibbs
Yep,
just
Tibbs
took
just
one
like,
look in
you-
and then
you-
just turned around and walked right out.
Tibbs is like sitting outside the stable, like, just no.
And
No.
I feel like Firelight and stuff would probably chase after him holding one of the love cats.
But look, you can't abandon them! Come back!
I like the idea that he's just picked one up and he's like scribbling notes. It's like, what are you doing? Making new drugs.
Love is a hell of a drug.
Love is a hell of a
Use the
drug.
love cats.
Now Tibbs has
Oh
actually
my God,
found
can I get one of the love cats high?
drug dealer. That's what it's
No!
There's a love
No,
cat.
do not give one of
drugs.
the love cat's drugs.
There's
would
no
happen-
karma
There's
in this
love
system, but
cat
you will
that
lose karma.
deals drugs.
What would happen if you gave love cats PTMs? I'm not gonna do it, but I have to know the answer.
I suddenly become hyper intelligent. I don't know.
What would
Oh
happen,
my
I
God.
think, is that Zenkarm would suddenly catch fire and die.
I have rage. Let's give them rage.
No!
Oh God!
No, no, seriously, that will have horrifying consequences. No.
Okay,
What
happen? They will-
I wouldn't do it. Anyway, you guys can see. No.
Wait a minute.
There's
I
a
just
part
had
of
a
me
thought.
that wants to see him do it just to see what happens to Zeg. Just to see what horrible things happen to Zegcard as a result.
I'm
Okay.
also kind of curious
Javon
about what would actually
turns
happen
to
if
one
I
of the
did
love
it.
cats and says,
A love cat on rage? Oh, that'd be. Oh.
Oh man, could you imagine? Love cat on Dash.
love you.
Oh, goodness.
Ahem.
No, but here's the thing, though. Yeah, great, you'd have these great experimental effects, but then you'd have the crash afterwards, and that'd just be, heart-rending to describe.
Oh,
Looking
You
up
could
with the,
die of
looking
a
up
heart attack.
So
Sad
Javon turns to
cat
one
eyes,
of the
just-
love cats and says, correct me if I'm wrong, but am I correct in assuming that you are both here and mentally linked to a body that is in one of those cryopods?
No.
The love cat
Well,
shakes its
They
head.
communicate love cards. I don't think they can really communicate that.
It was a yes or no question.
And the love cat shook its head.
All right.
Love cats, baby, love cats.
Okay, we should go to the tea party. Let's all go to the tea party.
yes.
Let's all go to the tea party. Let's all
Let's
go
all
to the
go to
tea
the
party.
tea
Let's
party.
all
I'm
go
going
to
with
the
Chica
tea
to the other
party.
side,
Get
boys.
ourselves a drink.
Recent teen suggests I do a stories from the Ma, all non-canon, where I describe the effects of the drugs. Ugh.
Please. Please. I have to know.
No, you don't.
I do.
I don't know. I feel like I would be tearing out a part of my own soul if I did that.
Would
That's
you allow
okay.
me to
Don't
do
need
it?
If someone else wants to, go over that line,
Hells yeah.
I might just very well post it.
Cuteless, you want to collaborate on figuring out what drugs do to flush cats?
Hells yeah.
No.
You guys are terrible.
I have no soul. I regret nothing.
Anyway, So you finally get dragged along, sans Zenkarn and Cuteless. I mean, sorry, Zenkarn and Chica. Amber has decided to come along for the tea party.
Yeah.
You're all brought
because
into this
the dragon's
sort of
going to be there.
you insert into this sort of communal family room where a big old a couple of round tables have been set up, and they've even set little like place cards, for at each of the seats. Most of them are really just kind of tiny, but there have been a few pillows set aside for those of you of larger stature.
I
I
have
wonder
a
if there are going
question
to be any
to ask
changelings here to feed on the love.
Do they know our names, or what did they put on the place cards?
They're blank. There are pens nearby. But what did Dally ask?
I want to ask a question for science. Are there any plushies in this room?
Actually, just kind of you notice that there are some plush toys around.
Are they
Well,
similar to the
because-
ones that,
Yes.
Yes.
so she's
Golden crown.
really good at lying.
Golden Crown stole from these cats.
I don't think she
Don't
stole
do that.
from them. Guys, I think she was guys, I don't think she stole from the cats. I think she just didn't want to admit that she was spending time with these cats. She
Wait,
didn't want to
I was
admit that
actually
she was
trying-
enjoying cute things.
I'm going to turn to one of the cats. Do you know someone named Golden Crown?
A few of them shake their heads nod their heads enthusiastically.
Have you had tea parties with her?
More nodding. One of them digs out a little, place card with Golden Crown scribbled on in what looks like crayon.
Aww.
Lots of grinning happily.
Oh my
Powder Keg just kind of laughs. No wonder she didn't want us to know she'd been down here.
Why? Nothing wrong with having tea parties.
She wants
Is
me.
if you're trying to put an image up.
Screw image.
One of them takes out a scrapbook.
They have photos.
Photos.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Are the plushies a stage of your life, or some sort of cultural
Jamal,
aspect?
Javon, your scientific questions are pseudoscientific at best.
I know nothing about
Are
this
love cats
species.
evolved
I
from
need to
plushies?
learn.
Fantastic question.
What's their ultimate
Yes.
goal?
I don't know. I feel
At
like
this
it's a
point,
legit
who knows?
question at this point.
Actually, you know what? A lot of my questions would be better answered if you have some sort of biology, sociocultural textbook.
At this point, the love cats are settling down to start the tea party. This tea party.
Tempered Steel's going to find the biggest pillow and sit at that place.
Nobody
Firelight will
nobody
release
take
it.
partake of any tea before they do. There might be some sort of taboo.
They just
honestly,
one of them
they
just
are just loving.
one of them hops up onto the table, just picks up the big old teapot and just starts pouring out tea and handing out, just passing around these boxes with little, tea sets to, dip into it.
Jamal
Oh man.
takes a sip of the tea.
Well, right now it's
Pauses.
just hot water. They're passing around the tea bags of different flavors
Right. Jamal puts
for you to
the bag
choose.
into the water and pauses and says, "What's the likelihood we're actually in a artificial reality right now?"
0.
Dave in the other room is saying pretty high.
Firelight will just ignore this question and take some of the tea and cookies.
Okay,
and
Javolt is going to roll perception to see if he's in an artificial reality. Or
Go for it.
Sure,
Alright.
because you can perceive that.
I've been in artificial reality before.
He looks for a glitch in the matrix, but actually he does have a point with that.
Yeah, no, Flotsam kind of puts her head on one side and goes, "Wouldn't we notice going into the virtual reality?"
Maybe
Not
not.
necessarily. I got a 12, apparently. Or did I get a 6? I got a 12.
Can Powder Keg roll mechanics to look for glitches in the Matrix, knowing technology?
Why not?
I mean, I
Should
don't
I
think we're
roll
actually
mechanics
in
for
there.
that,
But
Actually, yeah, if you're trying to figure out if what you are currently in and interfacing with is a simulation, sure, roll mechanics.
Oh, I have a thing actually. I have a thing that I heard, and so Flotsam's going to try doing this. She is going to close her mouth
my
and
best
cover
roll is
up her
27.
nose.
She's going to close her mouth and what?
Cover up her nose. So if this is a simulation, she probably wouldn't need to breathe and she'd notice. But if it isn't a simulation, she would need to breathe and she would notice.
Well, that's not the way the Matrix works, though.
Oh, is it? Never mind.
I'm just going to roll.
You
take
can't
one of
do
my
that
re-rolls
because that's
on that.
not how the Matrix works. I love
Well,
it.
I'm going to
just
take
saying,
one of my
we're saying
re-rolls
we're
on my
looking at the
mechanics roll,
I'm
if that's
making a
okay.
comparison.
Mechanics, just yeah. Go ahead. If you
I
want to
think
re-roll
what
that,
he
go ahead
and
and re-roll
stuff
that.
is that like if it's a simulation. It
Oh,
would
that
be
was
like you-
almost a natural 20
Crap.
there. Anyway.
So powder
And
keg
also-
with the
Are they talking about is this a simulation and stuff out loud?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, meanwhile, while they're trying to
Just
do
turn
this,
them and everything.
Okay, so if I can answer the question first, powder keg with a 27, Javol with a 29 on mechanics to try and figure out if this is somehow virtual. You detect any of the telltale signs or any sort of evidence that this is a simulation at all. This seems to be the real deal.
And with all the like speculation of it being a simulation, Firelight will just turn to them with holding his tea and cookies and stuff. I'm like, if this is a simulation, please don't let me wake up.
okay, while they
Twilight, you're beginning
that,
to disturb me in ways I
Well-
never thought you could.
well, they've been doing that. Tempered Steel took the name tag in front of him and he wrote his name on it. Also, would Tempered Steel, with his passing literacy of dragon language, be able to write his name in Draconic?
You would, to the great confusion of all your fellow Tea Partiers.
Well, he's going to write his name on it twice, once in standard language and a second time in Draconic.
Okay.
Didn't one of
Javon's
you
just
all
going
go
write
off to
his
grab
name in
the
Old
dragon?
Donkey.
So where's the guest of honor?
Shortly after the tea party gets started, after you all pick out the flavors you want and start getting the tea together,
Watson wants honey lemon.
you can get that, yeah.
English black breakfast tea with milk and honey. If they got it.
I mean,
Jesus.
it's probably powdered milk, but yeah.
Good enough.
After a while, one of the love cats wheels in this sort of standalone monitor with a couple of huge cables coming out the back of it, and one of the cables is connected to a keyboard that the love cats deposit in front of Aurelia, and he's just like, okay. She's barely touched her tea, hasn't even bothered picking out any of the flavors, just sipping the hot water.
Meanwhile, Tempered Steel, I mean, there are, I presume, cookies at the tea party tables.
Oh, it took a little while for the cookies to show up because they're freshly baked.
Oh my god!
Because Tempered Steel has been taking cookies and he's been sharing them with the love cats that are currently on him.
Flotsam looks at the
He's been
cookie.
breaking off
She has
tiny little
never,
pieces and feeding them to the cats.
Flotsam has never seen a freshly baked cookie in her entire life. She's only had prepackaged stuff and, rarely any treats. And it's like, what is this?
Powder keg
Oh,
eats a
cookies.
cookie and is just like, wow. Crap.
Her eyes go incredibly, her pupils dilate almost to the fullest extent and she just glomps the love cat closest to her.
The cats, several of the cats just pile on you and glomp you back.
I
Flotsam
really hope this
happily
dragon
rolls cats.
I really hope this dragon is friendly because I would more than any before I would really hate to have to get in a fight in this place.
I
The
don't think
question
I
is
could.
whether or not he's friendly. The question is whether or not he cares to be friendly.
Well, I really hope he's not looking for a fight. Like, more so than any other dragon place we've been to so far.
He obviously isn't.
Unless this is elaborate ruse and stuff, and the tea is all poisoned.
You
And
all
Fire
start
looks
feeling
like
woozy.
Big sip of tea.
I would
Don't
actually
dare
think
speak
that
of
we'd
the
be
tea
surrounded by...
delicious, that the cookies are from heaven.
Right.
The cookies taste, I should mention, the cookies taste a little off, like they've been made with kind of unusual ingredients, but it's probably
That's
fair
what
guess.
Flotsam has no point of reference.
Well, I
Yeah,
guess for the perspective of the players, those of us who have tasted
Yeah.
cookies, they're made with somewhat unusual ingredients because all they have down here is processed stuff that's preserved to hell and back.
Well, they're
What's that?
freshly baked cookies made by adorable little love cats. It's
Guess what the secret ingredient is.
it's
Love.
love.
Yes.
Fireballs.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually capable of baking love. Like actual love. Just taking the essence of their extreme love and putting it into cookies.
Yeah.
You do
We
feel
should
a lot
save
happier when you eat the cookies.
I'll turn to one of them and is like, is it okay if we save some of these cookies for a friend?
A couple of them rush off to get a box of cookies going.
We need to take a lot of these.
I don't think I have ever seen something more saccharine than this.
Suddenly, the Dragon Mawlers become the kitty scouts of the maw.
We need to spread these across the maw because there are a lot of people I think that can.
So Powder Keg is going to look to the.
I actually think I have seen something more saccharin. It's one of those half-remembered memories, though, so I could be biased.
All right, so eventually the love cats finish setting up the monitor, which powers on, and you kind of see a very low-res picture of what seems like, I don't know, a pair of really draconic-looking eyes, just kind of staring out at you from the monitor.
Does the monitor speak? Or does like audio play from it?
No, audio doesn't seem to play from it. This text kind of scrolls across the screen, but it's kind of tiny on the little monitor.
What does it say?
Before one of the love cats comes back into the room with a projector and hooks it up and portrays it on the wall, and now it looks a lot larger, but now there's these green dragon eyes staring out at you over the tea party. And a text in front of it says, "Good to see you haven't done anything catastrophic."
Catastrophic.
No
Like I
pun
said,
intended.
we're just here to investigate, really.
Curiosity.
God damn it! Are you gonna keep making cat puns?
Yeah, we found the orb and activated the dragon thing, and it pointed us here, and at that point, might as well come see what's up.
I know the second half of that phrase, Mr. Dragon.
Because I take it he can't hear anything we're saying.
No, Aurelia has to type into the keyboard to make a
Aurelia,
response.
type in satisfaction brought it back.
Okay, and she types that in. Although there's a couple of typos.
Okay, Tempered Seal's gonna try and ask the kitties if there's any sort of audio input they can get.
They kind of look among themselves and don't seem totally sure.
Would it be possible? It would be completely awesome if you could see if there's any way you could pull that off.
Again, they don't know if they have that kind of material lying around.
Because they live in a technological setting does not mean they understand the technology in this setting.
Well, they must understand it a bit because they have cybernetic parts they need to maintain.
Oh.
So does the dragon respond to the satisfaction brought it back quip?
No,
Okay.
not really going to dignify that with a response.
Aurelia, can you ask Ormar if he has anything to do with the fire gecko's behavior?
All right, and basically for the purposes of this conversation, we can just
Yeah.
assume that you're having this conversation with Aurelia as the middleman. Ormar says, they're under the effects of the machine curse, but I do not necessarily control every aspect of it.
Do you know who took the refractor core away from here?
I suspect it might have been a servant of one of my brothers or sisters.
You don't get along well with your siblings?
Not in the last year or so.
What happened?
My priorities shifted.
To looking after the beings in this vault stable?
Precisely.
I don't blame you.
I'm sure.
That's it.
I'm sure
that's-
even now you can understand.
It's very noble of you.
Okay, I have a question. Why do you why did you make the machine curse then?
I did not make the machine curse. The machine curse was assigned to me.
Is there any way to break the machine curse without you having to die?
Is that your goal?
Essentially,
To break
yeah.
the machine curse? Yes, please. It would make life out here much easier. And we don't want to kill you.
Or tell anyone about this place. Because,
Yeah, we want to keep everyone here safe.
I mean, look at these little guys.
If you channeled the Dragonstone, it might already be too late.
What? Oh. Sorry.
So you are the ones who have been taking up the rest.
Well, we don't want to, but our hand gets forced a lot.
Almost every time we tried to negotiate, but, well, Tanis and Smog were barely coherent in any way, and
Nidhogg was kind of
Nidhogg
suicidal.
asked us to kill him, and Glaurung was a spiteful, petty jerk.
To be fair, we did fairly well with Aurelia here.
That sounds accurate. Aurelia, do you refer to the egg in Glaurung's possession? It is still alive?
It's right here. It's the one typing to you.
That explains quite a bit. And
How
Aurelia
much-
types in Aurelia : hey, Uncle, Ormar, I guess. And, there's no response, but
Don't take it personally, Aurelia. He's probably very logically minded.
Oh, we should ask. Ormar, how much do you know about what's been happening outside this stable?
just what I can tell from the occasional scout I send out, and from the change in the aura over the maw.
So, back to the technology curse thing. It's attached to the channeling stone now, or?
You've destroyed several of these curses. You should know how this works already.
Do you
We
have
don't-
do you have the ability to shrink the area the curse affects?
I do not have that kind of control.
Oh, well,
If
we don't want to
just
die.
But
if
like,
we just
like the rest, it is tied to my, in quotes, physical, end quotes, body.
Have you already spread your mental form to another form?
By which you mean uploaded my mind to this mainframe, yes.
So if we were to destroy your physical body, you would not effectively die.
Okay, guys, here's an alternate. There are other dragons we haven't visited yet. We haven't explored the full extent of this whole maw and this curse thing. Maybe we should.
Obviously, if we took out the dragon in the center of the mob, the other curses would fail, but
Well, I think
have that power,
we have met an old friendly dragon. I say that. We wait. If we have to, we come back here later and see if we can't find another option in the meantime.
I like that idea.
he's
I do too.
actually...
Wait, I have a question.
Aurelia hasn't really been typing much of this in because you're just kind of conversing amongst yourself, but new text appears on the screen anyway.
Oh.
I have no more attachment to my Lich form. This is the only responsibility I want anymore. I could not care either way whether the curse stays or goes.
So,
I would be betraying my brothers and sisters, but they have not been terribly kind to me either.
Still, I think, destroying somebody's physical body, that's still kind of a big deal that I don't think we should undertake lightly.
I died 200 years ago.
he's
Is
And you don't-
essentially
And
He's
you don't
essentially
ever
already dead. I mean, this isn't the physical body Omar that we're talking to.
Good
So
point.
you don't mind never going back to your physical body ever again?
My physical body, in quotes, is not my draconic form, but rather the Draco-Lich form that Asteroth made for me, as with the rest of the 6 of us. That is all they are.
Is there any part of your intelligence that is still attached to your Lich form?
We want to be absolutely sure we're not going to hurt you.
There may be a small part, yes.
Well, then we really should make sure we don't kill that part. If we
Would
take
this
out
be a base instinct part? Some sort of...
I imagine, I would not know for sure, but I would imagine it'd be some manner of lizard brain functionality.
Well, in
We
that
could get
case,
Zenkarn to take a look. He could probably analyze it with his autopsy stuff.
I'd exercise extreme caution.
Well, obviously.
actually, Amber, what's your opinion on this?
Amber, Why-
I'm trying to...
why
Breathe.
why would you be okay with ending the curse? Didn't you put these up for a reason?
This is the one that worships the dragon who's asking.
Yeah, Amber.
I'm informing Ormar of who is
Yeah.
asking and why.
Aurelia is kind of prefacing your statements with your names, so, Ormar says, yes, but I no longer really care about ponies. I no longer wish to follow up on that anger and hate that I felt 200 years ago.
You're letting
Not
go.
when I can feel hope by taking care of what I have here.
Would you like to communicate with a native digital intelligence?
Monitor! Oh, you didn't mean monitor, did you? Never mind.
No, I did mean monitor.
Hooray!
I am a personality uploaded to a mainframe. Do you mean that there is a machine-born artificial intelligence in the Maw?
Yes, actually. Well, mostly machine-born. It's complicated.
The problem is you'd have to use the radio signal through the pit buck, and don't have that functionality right now.
Right, which means we have to take you out before we set that up. Right.
So, Ormar, let me see if I understand this correctly. There's something lingering in your Lich form that means it sounds like it's a soulless monster that will have the instinct to preserve itself. So we might be in for a fight.
Well, I could transfer intelligence back into it and control it directly, but
That would be risky for you, though.
yes, if you destroyed that while I was there, then that would destroy most of me.
No, we
I'd
take
rather
the
not,
risk.
and
You don't.
and an intelligence is not a thing you can simply store copies of.
What if you temporarily transferred over to your Lich form, allowed us to restrain the Lich form in some way, and then transferred back to the mainframe before we destroyed it?
Yeah, but wouldn't one of the problems be that, like, it's like you're two separate entities at this point, right?
Somewhat.
Would you even be able to regain any control of your Lich form?
That is a good point.
Well, in that case, let's just...
Why don't we just all take the risk all upon ourselves and just try to blow it up? And, I guess explosives can't really use
It
them,
was a
which would
great
probably
idea
be a bad idea in here anyway. But point is, we should fight the Lich form ourselves, and then,
I do have the, tendency to break magic where I go, so...
That's true.
As far as I'm concerned, my slumbering Lich form, my golem form, has been inactive in the great storage halls below for a very long time. I just do not know what will happen if you approach it, or how it will react if you try to destroy it.
Hey, why again are we fighting this thing?
Because if we kill it, the machine curse and stuff goes away.
Right, but why? I feel like I'm missing something.
There are
You might have to fight it because some of Ormar's lingering will might be still in the golem form.
Well, can't we try and drain that? Get that out and...
no.
Apparently,
No.
he doesn't think that's possible.
Well, actually, Flotsam will look over at Zenkarn. Zenkarn, you have that kind of soul magic. Maybe you could do something with that.
Zenkarn's off with Chica. I'm pretty sure we went to go to the other
You're
place, didn't we?
entirely right. You're not there. I apologize.
No,
But you do
you're right.
have a telepathic link with him.
Flotsam,
Yeah, also that.
Flotsam says telepathically, Zenkarn, hypothetical question here. And then asks about soul magic.
possibly? Can you be a little bit more specific about what exactly you'd want me to do?
Okay, so, we found the dragon, and it's mostly uploaded to a digital mainframe, and its body is still, technically alive. It might have some remaining, instinct left in it that will try to fight us if we try to kill it. And Tempered Steel was wondering, I'm gonna assume that what Jawa said just transferred over, if we could maybe somehow get the remaining intelligence out so it'd be easier to defeat. And I was thinking,
I want to get the intelligence out so that we don't accidentally destroy any important part of him.
Whichever. Intelligence gets out either way.
Actually, the real question is, did he transfer his soul to the computer?
If you repeat that, my comment to Javolt's gonna be like, that's pretty accurate. If he's got any form of lingering... It almost sounds like a sort of half phylactery, but not quite. I'd have to sit down and, like, study it to be absolutely sure, but...
I'm not sure studying is going to be an option. We don't know how it's going to react when we come into contact with it.
Then, look, I can give it a go, but it would take me, I have to draw up a thing for it, and it's potentially doable. Let's put it that way.
Ormar, is there any way that we could approach your Lich form and seem friendly? Did your instincts have any sort of need for pets or something?
Like I said, I do not know. Most of me is in here now. I do not know exactly what is left. And I do not know exactly how it will react. I have no advice for this, and frankly do not care one way or another whether you succeed.
I linked up with Flotsam, and I'm like, wait, I figured out how I can examine it. We're all good. You've just got to tell me where it is.
Flotsam, looking slightly dubious, says, Zenkart thinks he has an idea.
I don't like the sound of that.
He's going to use Fate Step to get away if it's too dangerous.
Well, I was just going to soul walk in, so my physical form isn't actually in there. I just walk in with the soul, check some stuff, and leave again. But...
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Right.
Flotsam will also ask, by the way, how's Chica doing? Is she recovered from her smorgasbord?
Chica's just kind of curled up in the fetal position, not really groaning anymore, but just resting, kind of settling into a food coma.
Have any changelings approached them?
No, it doesn't seem... That side of the residential area have been basically silent.
I pet the kitten I took with me, and I'm like, she's not feeling so hot, but definitely better than when she was with all these little... I want to call them monsters, but they're too adorable things. Love cats, whatever.
And the heart grew three sizes that day.
And then shrunk 6, turning into a black hole from which no love ever escaped.
Okay,
so he became a changeling?
And
Bolt turns back to the screen and says, Ormar, how are you handling the changeling side of this?
My self-imposed role has been mainly to observe and protect.
I just mean I see that there are wolf cats running around, but I have yet to see any changelings unless they are disguised as wolf cats, which isn't impossible, I suppose.
The two sides are kept separate to somewhat ration out contact to make sure that the love cats are not too swiftly drained. Although early on, the changelings realized that their love would be finite unless they found a solution, so they pursued the VR technology.
Does that mean the changelings won't ever wake up?
Most of the changelings choose not to get up these days.
Oh, they can if they want to?
The choice has always been theirs, and the love cats, they seem to like a mix of the two worlds.
Well, that's nice.
The changelings are more reclusive in that regard. They like spending more time in the virtual world where they can get love more readily, even virtual love.
Flotsam just looks kind of happy at this idea and snuggles both Craggy and the nearest wildcat to her.
A cute thing getting snuggled by two more cute things.
There's too much Q.
Yep.
I can't handle it.
I can't handle the Q.
All we need to do is get Flot in a box in this whole picture, and
A box
Lot
comes out
needs
of
to
nowhere and
descend into
scoops
a
them
box with all
up.
of these animals.
yes, get Flot in a box alongside a bunch of love cats.
Flot in a box alongside a fox. And I can probably think up more rhymes. But
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, Ormar was talking about the changeling side of things. And
Yeah.
Javolt was just kind of worried that maybe Ormar cares more about the webcats than the changelings. So he's trying to subtly see it.
Ormar says, the two species, as loath as the changelings may want to admit it, achieve a certain level of harmony together. When I first found myself in this stable, I assumed that entropy would consume it like everything else in this death-filled wasteland, but they have persevered, as you can see. Their love has not diminished, and the changelings have found a certain level of peace with them.
Yes, well, I would expect that of any stable changeling population.
Flotsam suddenly looks very worried and just snuggles Craggy a bit more and goes a bit subdued. But she's not going to say anything.
Any other questions?
Just
Yes,
to double check,
Arthur,
he's in a mainframe, isn't he?
Is there anything you can tell us about your Lich form's capabilities that would come in handy?
If I recall correctly, it was based off several weapon prototypes that were stored down there. I never got the chance to test its capabilities.
Oh, damn.
Although, since most of my consciousness is outside, I do not know if it would also be affected by its own curse or not, being a machine. It might have unintended effects even outside its design.
Interesting. I guess we'll just have to find out what. Well, y'all ready to go fight the dragon?
So, I guess the tea party's starting to wind down.
Amber, are you going to join us, or...
Amber shakes her head and says, "No,
We can't ask her to fight her god.
I can't just stand by and let you permanently destroy one of the last dragons and..."
Technically, the dragon is in the system and has given us the tactic approval. It's less destroying the dragon and more performing surgery to remove...
Aurelia types onto the keyboard,
to-
"We have your approval, right?" And Ormar says, "As long as you are still friendly to the interests of the people in this stable, I will tolerate you. I do not actually care.
Just to be clear,
But right now, all I can do is negotiate with you to get you to leave these people alone before you ruin the delicate balance here."
now just to be clear, we're not killing him. We're just shutting down his body, right?
Well,
Yep.
actually.
Everything he wants is already uploaded in the computer. Anything left in the body is mostly just primal instinct and probably all his rage and aggression that he left behind.
Amber, you remember how I said earlier about how the curses, they're not just bad for us, they're bad for the dragons? Just holding on to all that rage and vengeance that they had all those years ago, and how that's no real way to live?
But we
Alright.
were always taught that vengeance was righteous.
Maybe it was.
That we deserved it
Think
for
about it.
performing genocide on as grand a race as the dragons.
Listen. Please listen to me. Revenge does awful things to someone, and Ormar has found a way to get past it. He's found a new reason to live, and he's managed to leave behind the revenge that was poisoning his
Amber
mind and
looks
managed to poison the minds of all the other dragons.
Increasingly more angry until she finally just slams her hooves on the table, gets up, and just storms out.
Javolt rolls his... Javolt flicks me.
Can
Goes
we-
after her and says, Amber, You're not looking at this the right way.
She's already out of the room.
Should we be worried about her
Yeah,
going?
Javolt is going
She's
after.
going to cause a problem. We should stop her.
Javolt is already going after her, is what I said.
Yeah,
Blossom
powder
looks
keg is full
crestfallen.
on.
Tempered Steel is going to go after as well.
And it was such a nice tea party.
She sees you trying to follow and she says, No, just I want to be alone right now. Just go. Go away.
You're not gonna bring people to ruin this place, are you?
No. She turns around and she looks a little hurt at that.
Dude, this is like her god's sanctuary.
Well, I'm talking about bringing cultists here to protect this dragon and...
I don't know what I'm gonna do, okay? Just I want to respect his wishes, but I don't know what to think right now, okay? I don't know anything anymore right now. Okay? Just let
her figure things out.
And she just turns back, just kind of almost at the point of tears, just walks away, shaking her head.
Which way is she walking?
Out of the residential areas and towards the main chambers.
So not going towards like the basement where the dragon.
Well, I mean that would be theoretically also towards the stairwells if she was heading that way, but you don't know yet.
She doesn't seem like she's going to do anything rash. She just seems like she wants to think about things.
Can I turn to one?
Yeah, I still don't trust her.
Javolt gives Powder Keg a long look and says, You are not the most comforting personality I have experience in dealing with.
Can I turn to one of the love cats and stuff and just, like, can you please go just keep an eye on her, make sure she'll be okay?
A couple of the love cats gather up a bunch of cookies and cards and just dash off after Amber.
Alright, that works too.
I'm pretty sure we have a few experts on this here.
Blossom is hidden under the table with Craggy.
Okay. Before we go anywhere, how many of these love cookies are we able to take with us?
Yes.
I mean, as many as they're able to bake, as long as you stick around.
I mean, because we can use these.
I mean, most of these are getting eaten, during the tea party by you guys and the love cats. But you can always ask them to bake some more while you're there.
Yes, all the yeses.
What do you want to do with these cookies? I was just thinking of, like, having a box to keep for Chica and everything. Like, oh, you're sure on love?
Well, if they make us feel better, then imagine if we hand them out to people we meet in the wastelands who are not feeling so great.
Oh my god,
you'd run out super fast.
Well, okay, maybe not everyone, but, use it
You've
as,
just found a new drug. Are you going to be selling drugs still?
Well played, Weaver.
Yes!
Oh, dear.
All the points.
Oh, God.
Did you hear that?
Every point.
Okay, Okay, my friend wants to bring up a good point. If Tibbs starts selling this, he will be the love doctor.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
This joke was made in chat a couple times, but to hear Weaver bring it home, yes.
The love doctor. Oh, yeah.
See, I'm the one who studied the whole rat with the bar and the wires in their brain. So,
What?
there was this experiment where they wired up the pleasure center of a rat's brain and hooked it to a bar, and the rat started pushing the bar until it died.
Yep.
I really don't want to know how you drew the link from this to that, but
Yeah, no, I get it.
There's also an animal that, I probably shouldn't say this, has sex until it dies. That's what it does once it comes of age.
Wait,
I
Codeman,
his girlfriend.
something's wrong with your...
that was from Codeman's
you
mic,
sound
but
different.
who is that?
Sorry. No, nothing was wrong with my voice.
Was that your sister, or...
No, that was my girlfriend.
And Firelight was suddenly a mare for a second.
See, this is what happens when you eat too many love cookies.
I'm not going to follow that up. Okay, so.
Oh.
Well, and we have all been introduced to Marelight. That was an interesting thing. That happened.
Oh, boy.
Alright, so, guess while all that's going on, Zenkarn, you expressed an intention to go phase stepping?
Yeah, I wanted to go... Oh god.
Dream
So
strike,
I've been
rather?
drawing ritual circles, so I kind of minimized my character sheet. I wanted to go dream striding around the dragon corpse, and I also wanted to go look at the mainframe if someone could tell me where that is. Or wherever his mentalness is at the moment.
That would be the main security office near the Overmare's office.
Cool.
So Chica just sees you suddenly fall down and faint with no explanation.
Not
I would
necessarily.
probably tell
Did you
her what
say
I'm
anything
doing.
before you dream stride?
Yeah, I look over at her and like, the guys want me to go do a thing. If I leave yellow with you, you're gonna be alright. I point to the cat on my back.
Shika
Yeah,
glares at the little fuzzy wuzzy thing and says, "As long as it keeps its distance."
Alright. I pat it, I take off my bone helmet, I put it on the cat, stay.
And it's
right.
really kind of big for it, so it covers almost its whole body. The little,
So much
cyber love cat kind of curls up into a ball that fits almost perfectly into the helmet.
If it fits, I sit.
These things are too adorable.
I'm
So-
keeping this one,
I want
Spud.
some-
I am legitimately just stealing it.
I don't know if I should let you, is the problem.
Oh, it's perfect. Chica can have it.
Frankly, there's a part of me that wants to make Tempered Steel try and adopt one as well.
I don't think
Oh.
Ormar will be happy with us taking any of these things out of
that's
here.
that's the thing.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
know.
Changelings are a maybe, the love cats no.
that's the
I'll
rub.
ask nicely, and if he says no, I'll just steal it.
Good. We finally get to negotiate with a dragon for the first time since Nidhogg, and you want to piss him off. Good show of it, Zenkarn. Good job.
Thank
Just
you.
take the ones that want to go.
Who wants to come with? Everyone just immediately puts their hands up. Right, you guys just agree to everything.
Yep.
They think you're gonna take them to a party.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Let's
no.
be honest
if that
here.
happens, Javolt is
There
going
is
to sit
actually
them
nothing
down.
more dickish you could do to these things than actually taking them out of here.
Oh god, yeah,
Javolt
it
is
would be
going to sit
absolutely
them
easy.
down and explain that the outside world is very dangerous. There are no tea parties and very little love, and that if you want to come with us, you're going to have to learn to protect yourself through being.
I'll just kill it, turn it into a zombie. There you go, problem solved.
But,
Perfectly
Look, that's the Zenkarn.
You're right.
Crossing the
because
line twice. All right, there we go.
Wait,
That's the
I think-
Zenkarn I know.
I feel like from there are no tea parties and stuff, it would just like write a note and everything. We shall bring the tea party.
Yes, so yes, the plot twist is you
The-
think taking these things out into the wasteland would be the most horrible fate for them. Turns out it's exactly what the wasteland needs.
You're not. You're,
The
you,
cult
you,
of Tiamat.
you're not
is
protecting
gone.
the love cats
Now
from the
join
wasteland.
the
You're
cult
protecting
of
the
the
wasteland from the love
cats.
cats.
Yes, we will introduce the love cats to the wasteland, and suddenly the wonderful, lovable place that was former Equestria shall be restored.
Oh, dear God, a love cat just going, you're not stuck out. I'm not stuck out here with you. You're stuck out here with me.
Oh, God.
Okay, so Dream Stride. Let's do it.
Yeah, Dream Strike, you good.
Alright. Cool.
So,
Relax. Just do it. Do.
Wait. Before I
Make
dream
it do later
stride,
too. That's
link
great.
with Flotsam and be like, where's the things?
Flotsam asks from under the table where the things are.
the
The mainframe.
main
The
frame,
mainframe and the Lich body.
the mainframe is in the main security office next to the Ormar's office, and the body is down in storage block A.
Flotsam relays this information to Zenkarn.
Sweet. If you know where it is, and I link back with Flotsam, like, hey, if you know where it is, can you just give me the most direct path? And I do mean direct, walls are no problem.
Blink, blink. I haven't been there.
Huh.
You'll find it pretty easily. There are signs pointing
Oh.
everywhere.
Oh, that's fine then. To...
It's a staple.
Okay,
They're not
to the corpse first, I think.
to the corpse first.
To the corpse first.
All right. So you start heading down, probably just heading down the stairs, floor at a time. The third basement is also more residences, so it's the second or third are just all living areas. The fourth floor on your way down seems to be a whole wing of, I don't know, just sort of medical rooms, equipment. There are signs saying auto dock, and seems like there's like a whole cybernetic wing down here. This seems to be where, I guess, a lot of modification and maintenance happens. And then down one more floor to basement 5 is sort of administration and storage.
Hold on. Are there any cat people in incredibly cute lab coats down there?
He's on the changeling side of the complex right now.
Oh.
One can only hope.
One can only hope there's a love cat with the lab coat on the other side, but that's not for Zenkarn to see right now. So you head down to the final floor, follow the signs to what is labeled as storage block A, and you pass through the vault door to, stable door to. I'm going to mix that up forever. Just get used to it. To basically this, kind of warehouse-like area, just chock full of just random machines. Just all of it looks like experimental tech. Some of it, in good repair. Most of it just broken, like beyond recognition. But off to one end, just with a huge clearing around it, with just most of everything else just pushed aside, sitting towards the back is what looks like a great mechanical dragon golem. And it's just kind of resting in a sleeping pose right now. And there's a number of wires connecting to top of its skull and the neck, and reaching up into, some, just random parts of the ceiling above.
Okay.
And there is someone else in the room.
Oh, of course there is.
Looking just as sort of transparent as you are.
Alright.
And it's kind of this bipedal creature kind of standing tall with, this looks like this sort of like white tattered robe and resting on a cane.
What the hell?
Alright. I look over and I nod and I'm like, hi, what are you doing?
There's a and the figure looks over to you, and it looks to be just a really, really old, like, bipedal dragoness. Like, Aurelia's size, but a lot older.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's cool.
I could ask the same of you.
Well, if you want to know, I'm here to see if I can't get whatever remains of souls or life out of this corpse into the mainframe upstairs. What about you?
To stop precisely that from happening.
But, why?
Because I'd rather the curses continue. That pony's souls still be channeled through this land. Thus completing our vengeance.
I didn't think we'd meet her until much later.
Yeah, kind of with that too. I can still link to Flotsam, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can.
Okay, just checking in case there was like a magic block or something.
You do notice that there seems to be a sort of, since you recognized her and entered her presence, there seems to be sort of strong magical aura all around. Even though she seems to be in the same dream stride effect as you are.
Curious if I can actually physically interact with her now, but alright. I'll sort of go up and stand next to her if I can, and I'll mental link with Flotsam and I'll be like, hey, so we found the lost dragon, think.
Ah, telepathy.
Wait, what?
She says hi.
She says, wait, what? I thought you were finding Ormar.
I did. And I look at my ghostly companion, I guess, and I'm like, can you tap into this, or do you just know that it's being used?
She just smiles at you.
Because
Gives you a big old toothy, yellow, sharp grin.
I really wish I had my helmet now. And sort of go, well, if you want to say hi, feel free.
Is Flotsam telling anyone this, or is she just sitting under the table?
Give her time. She's still under the table. She doesn't know what's happening yet.
It hasn't been clearly said yet.
Sorry. Hang on a minute, Flotsam. I look at the dragon and I'm like, look, I am terribly sorry. Got my manners. I'm Zencon. You are?
Call me Asteroth.
Asteroth it is. I'll relink back with Flotsam. Like, Asteroth says hi.
What? Flotsam sits bolt upright and hits her head on the table. Ow!
What? Flotsam, what's gotten into you?
Flotsam zooms out from under the table. Zencon says Asteroth is down there.
What the fuck?
Gentle lick. Hang on, I'm gonna find out more. Zencon, what the hell?
Asteroth starts reaching out with her clawed hands and starts gesturing and weaving some kind of magic over the form of the machine golem.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I can figure out what she's doing?
Yes.
Meanwhile, Tempered Steel is seeing
link back up with Flotsam.
He's going to pick up one of the love cats and hand it to Flotsam.
Flotsam hugs it distractedly. Oh crap. Oh
god, only a 30. I'm gonna chuck a magic point on that.
Only a 30. I'm gonna chuck a magic point. So with a 40, you can tell that she is manipulating the soul connection to this machine golem to basically take control of it and make it answer to her will instead.
Jibble sort of clears his throat and turns to Flotsam and says, you should probably inform her that both the dragon eggs are now loyal to the ponies.
On the screen in the tea party room, the text has just started to fill the screen going, stop her, 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 stop her.
You should
eyes widen, and
she's down somewhere where we can get to her.
I blink back with Flotsam, like, she's in ghost form. Someone give me some direction.
Ormar says to stop her. How do we stop her? Ormar, how do we stop her?
Does Zenkarn have no powers right now?
Well, I do and I don't. It's kind of weird because I'm in face step. Can I actually use magic to try and interrupt what she's doing?
Javolt grabs Flotsam and says, repeat what I say very carefully.
Okay.
The eggs are in the pony's possession. One is hatched, loyal to the ponies. The other is now loyal to the ponies. Your plan relies on the pony surviving or the extinction of your race. The choice is yours.
Yeah, sure. Don't want to make her I look at her and I'm like, look, gonna level with you. Both your eggs are under pony control. Well, ponies have got them, and we know where both of them are. Don't do this, and I'll give you some leads.
As if I haven't been aware of it all this entire time.
Okay, Q, can you at least try to, stop what she's doing in Dream Stride State, or no position?
Spud, can I?
I think we've had this discussion before.
We've had the discussion for
Arcana sort of as perception and analysis, sure. Arcana as function, not really in this form.
But
alright.
She's also in ghost form.
She
much more
controls the
powerful.
gunsmith curse. Even if Zenkarn could magically interact with her, what could we do?
You
Really?
can smack her face.
Yeah, I walk up and I punch her.
Your form phases through hers. Well, and she just smiles at you again and says, that's not nice.
Well, no, but what you're doing isn't nice either, and he'd kind of like it if you stopped. Is there any way we could talk about this, or are you going to do it anyway?
Ormar has chosen to betray the cause he devoted himself to 200 years ago.
No, he betrayed the cause you devoted him to 200 years ago.
Tempered Steel is going to pick up Zenkarn's
I'm
body.
We are on the cusp of finishing this. I'm not going to let some regrets stop this plan.
Okay, how much of
What are you even planning? What's your goal here? Because let's be honest, 3 of you are dead. We're wandering around, probably going to try and kill another one. We are going to take you out. Work with us, not against us.
Tempered Steel is going to pick up Zenkarn's unconscious body
I'm not
and start rushing.
in the same room as you guys are. I am on a completely different floor.
Well, he's going to pick up Zenkarn's unconscious body and try and rush down there.
No, but you're not in the same place.
You're not in the same place
I'm
as
on the
Zenkarn's
changeling
body
side.
either.
You're on
Powder
the
Pig
other
is
side.
rushing down to that room. now,
Devote
though.
suddenly face
Okay,
palms and says,
Tempered
Aurelia,
Steel
tell
gonna
Ormar
rush
to get
where
the
is
changelings down there.
Tempered
Guys,
Steel
That's magic. They can do stuff.
Okay,
I don't
guys.
know.
Guys!
Sorry.
This is
I can
really just
assume
one
that
of
you're
those
all
moments.
panicking and rushing.
Yeah.
Just
Asteroth
Zenkarn
says
and right.
her form starts to fade away as she finishes up her enchantment, and she says, "That's the problem, though. I need you to die. I need all of you ponies to die, as many as possible.
What?
And
For your benefit?
we're so very close now."
You're not going to kill us all. There's more of us than just in the mall. Fuck, I'm not even a pony. What do I factor into this?
God, oh God.
Any souls will do.
Yeah, well, I know that feeling, but still.
Have fun.
Yeah,
Look forward
will
to seeing
do.
if this kills you or not.
And if it doesn't, what's your brilliant plan then?
Well, I've still got 2 curses left.
Yeah. I don't like you. Just fair warning.
Well, you killed 5 of my brothers. You're about to kill 5 of my brothers and sisters. I don't like you much either. And she disappears.
Agreement. And I'm mentally out with Potts, and I'm like, well, good news is, we're fucked. Bad news is, no, we're
Zenkarn,
still
you
fucked.
watch as the machine going, the cyber Draco Lich starts to move.
Okay,
And
fine.
that's where we're gonna leave it.
Oh,
Metal
God.
Gear!
But we were all in the process of rushing down there, I presume.
Yeah, you're all
Well,
rushing
actually,
down there.
Javolt had turned to Ormar and asked him to get the changelings to help in some way.
He's kind of panicking. It's dubious as to whether or not that command went through.
Disappoint. I had, like, full-on ritual circles drawn up and everything, try stuff. I'm kind of disappointed now. Oh well.
Well, maybe we can try and break that before try and break it somehow next week.
Yeah, it is true. Then again, I wouldn't mind some combat. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, but this is not the individual we want to combat.
Yeah, but we haven't had combat in so long. I don't
Let's
care
just
what
let's
we
just
did.
face it. A dragon boss fight is kind of inevitable at this point.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that it is impossible to achieve anything other than a boss fight out of this.
Oh.
Spud, DM rule it, so that's the only thing we can do.
Hey now. If you come up with something amazing, I'm not going to rule that out. Or
You punch
really
it.
broken, maybe I can't rule that out. But at any rate, let's sign off.
This has been Fallout is Dragons.
Join us next week when Metal Gear!
Snake! Snake!
Not.